Tritonia. Let's do this one. Damn.
I don't think our Bitcoin fractals are lining up right now.
No. This was so promising, this song, and that it just started taking bad turns. I don't know.
Remember that Ibiza coin? It reminds me of that dude. Just getting vibes of that Ibiza guy.
I don't remember who you're referencing, but I trust you.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah. It's Choose Rich Live. We're still getting our stuff organized here. Choose Rich Live, your favorite podcast, live show on X, on YouTube, across the internets. It's basically the largest show online. Me and Joe Rogan are going head to head at the moment. And boy, is it I can't even speak right now. The bull run is back, baby. Let's fucking go. It's Friday, August 21st, 2026. We cover crypto, we cover finance, we cover technology, we cover AI. It's across the board. I mean, it is an exciting day. I feel like, should I be pulling up the chart rate or do we want to dive in? Let's do one quick charting element here.
First story is the charts.
What's that? All right.
The first story gets right to the charts.
I'll tell the story as I go into the chart here. I got the chart. I got the chart pulled up. Over in crypto, Bitcoin touched highs near 79K. Lord have mercy. Early this morning, extending a breakout that saw spot Bitcoin ETFs pull in $606 million in a single day. Hyperliquid's Hype token rode the same wave, surging to all-time highs over $76 after President Trump said the CFTC is working to bring the exchange into the U.S. under a fully compliant legal framework. The biggest runner, though, was Athena. Are you kidding me? I keep mentioning this token and I didn't buy it. Fuck. What a disaster. Well, Athena's up. Congratulations to everyone that bought Athena. And it's up 50%. I will say, I mean, when you put the context of these charts, I mean, this is a nice little blip, huh?
We don't zoom out on charts from last cycle.
We don't?
That's a rule. You just only look at the last month.
I mean, if you get something like this, maybe we get this up to 34 cents. That's not a big enough run for me, though. This needs to be much bigger. Hyperliquid, this has a chart to be desired. This is a phenomenal chart. Zcash up. Woo! Is it following my breakout? Dude, Are we kidding right now? Are we kidding? Literally hitting, going after the target that I had mentioned. Now I'm just like, what the fuck? I should have put way more into this. Are we kidding? Absolutely devastating. Yeah, this is absolutely insane right now. And also, I didn't realize Easy's going head to head with me right now on a live show. We gotta flip him instantly. This is very important. I'm feeling very good about my portfolio right now. When did Zcash jump this much? Was it like in the past? Yeah, this is a hell of a run. I bought more last night. I don't think I have enough as a percentage of my portfolio. I think that this could run pretty substantially. The next run or the next stop here being 880. What's crazy, look at how it's back at the high that it had just wicked. This ended up being the perfect time to buy when they had that security breach. But Zcash, we were discussing the things that have the highest correlation, if you recall from, remember that show that we did, Ray, where we broke down, I had AI do an analysis of like what tokens have high betas to Bitcoin, and Zcash was one of the most consistent. And I mean, today is no exception. Athena up 28%. I did not include that in my analysis. If I'm being completely honest, I wouldn't include that in my analysis. ETH, though, I mean, ETH having an absolutely monumental run here, up 25%. Bitcoin, what's the percentage that we got on this breakout? So 63K up to 77K. That's 14 divided by 63. I'm doing the math here.
Under 20%.
22%. So yeah, I mean, we're seeing similar numbers actually for Ethereum from that standpoint. Ethereum just looking really solid right now. That said, we're at like some interesting levels here. This in particular looks like a key level. I'm just gonna mark up these charts, but I mean, this looks like an interesting place. Bitcoin at there was a level that I was discussing with Easy, if you go back to the daily, which basically was where this level wicked. This is a wildly marked up chart. Apologies to everybody.
It's got fractals, it's got lines, it's got little tiny lines, it's got full horizontal lines, it's got a little bit of everything in here. It's got fibs. I see fibs on it too.
It's kind of a disaster, if I'm being completely honest. We could start yeah.
If you draw enough lines, you're gonna be right.
If you draw, yeah. This fractal has been blown out of the water. The one that I'd been following that had really done well up until now. The real question is, I mean, there was supposed to be a breakout at some point. We blasted past that, but the real question is can we get a higher high here or not? This is honestly the main level that I'm interested in. There was also a key level that I think was literally at like around 80. That this basically touched off. So Bitcoin is the thing leading the market at this point in time. I was looking at a lot of the other alts. I looked back to AVAX. I mean, AVAX, the fib is just not nice. But I mean, great breakout. I was looking at SWI. I was looking at XRP. XRP absolutely crushing it, up 40%. This would be one that's interesting. And here's the one that's most interesting to me right now, which I bought more of last night. I haven't put in, I'm not like fully exposed, but I actually have just been holding most of my assets that was in crypto. But Dogecoin is one of the most interesting to me over if we get a bull run. I mean, look at where this peaked back in 24. You're looking at an easy 5x. And I just think of like with my portfolio, if I could 5x the portfolio, that'd be incredible. I think this bull run, my target is for 3x. But I had wanted to get to my target when I thought this cycle was going to keep happening over a year ago, was personally, I was like, I want $3 million of crypto, basically, was what I was aiming for. And I was not going to hit it. I think I was going to, in my mind, it was going to end up being at like 2 or 2.5, something like that, is where it would have ended up. And it's just been holding on to that bag, dropping down ever since. And the thing I think about is like, how do you get this to like life-changing money? Basically, you don't have to worry about money. I think, I don't know what the level is. I think 2 or 3 million. 3 million is probably the level. What do you think, Ray?
Like post-tax, 3 million feels good.
You have 3 million because you can get interest of like call it like 6% on your $3 million.
I mean, you're going to get 12% if you have it all in stretch.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to do that. So you're making $180,000 a year if you were getting 6% on $3 million, which is like a salary. So you're getting a salary every year. I think most people don't follow that, but regardless,
you're also not netting that 180K. But yeah, I guess if it's like a standard salary, you're going to be paying taxes on a salary regardless. But 3 mil, I think even 2 mil might get you there, depending on if you don't have any debt.
Yeah, it depends on your lifestyle. It depends on if you're including if you tie any of that up in assets like a house doesn't like generally, you own your house, right?
I mean, I have a mortgage on my house, but it should outpace the interest rate was my hope in terms of capital growth.
So you're looking for like house appreciation.
Well, I think that's something you factor in.
Okay. I don't know. Actually, a lot of people, from what I've read, it's actually a bad idea to do that. And if you're like in New York City, for example, the price of the housing has not gone up. The rent has gone up substantially. But I don't think New York City property, as an example, is like a great place. Florida is one where if you like buy it at the low, and I don't know.
I think over the last 5 years, the price of the house I'm in now has went up 50%.
Are you serious?
Delaware has been pretty consistent since COVID. Like it's been 50%? Really popular. Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
I mean, I bought it at the top, so I need to keep going up 50%. But I also sold at the top. I sold at the top and bought at the top at the same time. It's like a hermit crab switching shells.
That was a misleading presentation, if I'm being completely honest, dude.
Well, I'm just saying, history in Delaware, there's been solid appreciation. Maybe that means we're due for a downturn.
Well, exciting times for Ray's real estate portfolio. I'm certainly hoping that the crypto portfolio expands substantially, and I don't know. This is looking very good. My Zcash bags feel good. My Hyperliquid feels good. Solana. I don't know about Solana. I almost feel like I want to sell a portion of my Solana and move it over to Zcash, but I don't know what, yeah, I don't know. I own a lot of Bitcoin, honestly. The biggest problem that I have is I think the percentage of my, why is this popping up on my screen so massively? Thank you, Absurd Apes. This is what he has to say about us. The thing I was going to say, what was I going to say?
Solana?
too much of the portfolio, like in order to make the gains that I was discussing, is we really need, essentially, you end up needing to have like a large percentage of your portfolio in alts. And so you're looking for the thing that you're going to be able to get 5x on this run with. The thing that's very difficult at this point in time is identifying whether or not we're at a bottom or not. The reality is, even if you buy here, I think it's great. And I think the reality is you could be exposed. Zcash, it's hard for me to have any sort of determination as to where we're going to end up. This is a tough one for me. But I think it could be like $3,000 or something like that. Hyperliquid, I have no idea how to price this. Solana, this is something where definitively should be back at, like, it should break above 300 this cycle, and I'd be going for like 600. Pump Fun, one of the big opportunities. I bought this. I'm fucking kicking myself here, honestly. Was back down here when we were in DC the other week, and I just didn't buy enough of it. And so I'm just really kicking myself over what percentage is in the tokens that have massive upside potential here. This one obviously can double from here, but now you're at all-time highs. The ones that I'd be really interested in are those that have a phenomenal narrative. I'd be interested in those that have high multiples up to the all-time high. Like in this case, if you think Solana is going to hit 300 at a minimum, you get a 3x from here. Take your $1 million, put it in, boom, it's 3 milli. Bitcoin this cycle, I mean, where do we think that this thing's going? I actually don't know if it goes past 250 this cycle. Where do you think, Ray?
I start rotating out of Bitcoin around 200.
That's when you'll start selling?
Yeah.
I mean, 250 divided by 77 is still a 3x from here. So that's why it's like, okay, well, this is still a very interesting position to be holding. And like, if this is leading everything, your path from, there's a clear path over the next, frankly, how long does the bull cycle run? It's 3 years, followed by from the bottom to the top.
We hit a bottom in December of 22, and we hit a top in August. Yeah, like 3 years from bottom to top, and then
1 year down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the previous cycle. I mean, we like double topped in 21. We topped in April, and then second top December, 1 year, and then it was 2 years to get back to the bottom.
Yeah.
So if this is the bottom, you've got a couple years of up only if this is the bottom.
I mean, there's a lot of precarious situations. Maybe we'll discuss that on our news stories. Let's do a quick rapid fire. And then, because we got 20 minutes left to cover all this stuff. But yeah, I think the cycle that you're discussing is, I think it's 2 to 3 years up. So it's like you invest now, you 3x your money. You got to wait 3 years for that to happen.
No one on the show wants a 3x in 3 years. They are way too impatient. If you're listening to the show, I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have a 3x by next week, right?
A 3x by next week. Quite possibly. I think that's a possible. Well, I was saying, how crazy would it be if like literally the price of Bitcoin just went straight up to the point that it was at, and like like the current chart is showing. That would be hilarious. You want to pull up the first story here with Anthropic? Top story today, after obviously the massive crypto rally that we're experiencing right now. Anthropic's telling investors it expects to match or beat SpaceX record IPO, which pulled in about $86 billion once the overallotment was exercised. And it could file publicly as soon as the end of this month. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and JP Morgan are all working the deal. I mean, they got all the investment bankers competing. This situation is very interesting. We were running the numbers the other day on this show. The reality is their revenue is comparable to SpaceX at the moment. SpaceX is also has bounced off of its lows. It's having a little bit of a pullback at the moment. A lot of the AI stocks are actually having a pullback despite this massive crypto run over the past couple of days. And Anthropic, though, I mean, this is going to be one of the biggest IPOs. I wouldn't be surprised to see them trading at like $2 trillion valuation very quickly. The amount of value that has been produced here is pretty insane. The one thing that I think it has going against it is really that they appear to be operating on a portion of the market which is becoming increasingly sort of commoditized. Although I don't know if the data centers are more commoditized or if the proprietary models arguably would be more less commoditized, I should say. I don't know. But they're dependent on all of these different hosting solutions. And where the real stuff is where is the next level of AI innovation? Because the LLM space, I feel like just on a development standpoint, man, I am addicted to coding. And I keep switching back and forth between Claude and Codex with ChatGPT. We have now Grok up in the mix, but I don't know. Anthropic continues to thrive. You have any thoughts on this, Ray, before we jump on to the next thing?
I'm worried about where the liquidity is going to come from for all these. This was the main concern coming into this year. I wonder if they've all kind of like shook hands and said, okay, SpaceX, you go, you get a couple months. Anthropic, you go, you get a couple months. OpenAI, now it's your turn. You can go, you get a couple months. Because we're really concerned about like the ordering and all these IPOs coming at the same time and it pulling down other stocks. That's what I'm watching.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I don't feel like generally the biggest thing in the market is when you look back to like the Great Depression and the stock market crash, those were like, 80% plus pullbacks. And I just feel like, I don't know if we could be in a similar scenario. I feel like everybody is universally exposed to the market. And a lot of people, younger generations, including my generation and younger, really view the markets as the medium for them to, move up in society essentially at this point in time. So no matter whether the price goes up or down, everybody's invested. And that's something that I think is particularly interesting. And I think there's a lot of capital. You do have a lot of rotation, but dude, there's a lot of money parked in the US stock market at this point in time. So I don't think it's as big of a concern as we think. And frankly, Elon Musk could single-handedly fund their IPO if he wanted, which would be a interesting thing. I wonder what percentage of the stock is actually sold as part of this. Like, what's the float? Is it 20% of their stock? I have no idea. If I gave them however many billions of dollars, because I have that readily available, would I, what percentage of the company would I own? It's probably a small amount. My guess is 10, 20%, something like that. Meanwhile, the Anti-Corruption Data Collective flagged 152 Polymarket wallets that may have traded on inside U.S. military information, together clearing about $8 million with a 97.2% average win rate. Copycat whales chased one bet on U.S. action in Iran with wagers of $200,000 and $100,000 respectively. That is unsurprising. The fact that they've made $8 million almost feels like a small amount of earnings And it would be presumed that these individuals are probably members of the Trump administration and will be pardoned. I mean, they're just straight up down with corruption at this point in time. The meme of the Hyperliquid guy, smirking over in the corner as Trump announced that Hyperliquid would receive clearance from the CFTC in the US, just felt like, okay, that guy's deeply invested. And that's kind of how the entire space is going at the moment.
I need to read this line from the USA Today article here.
Okay.
The ACDC found 556 wallets it dubbed as orcas, a nod to the killer whale's precise and selective hunting tactics. These traders typically opened an account and quickly placed a highly successful long shot bet in niche markets where insiders may have an informational edge. Of those 152 exceptionally successful wallets that bet on military and defense markets, average win rates 97.2%. Like how they call them orcas, like whale hunters. The people trying to just like get that liquidity on like a 98% market, and then they have the Trump cronies come in and snipe the other side. It's wild.
Well, and what is it? ACDC? Isn't that a band? I mean, I didn't realize there was the Anti-Corruption Data Collective. This is like some organization that has no political sway in DC at this moment in time.
ACDC corruption. Maybe it is the band just doing some work after their gigs are done.
It's like, wow! Polymarket!
It's like their headline right now. There's the orca whale.
Oh my God. Dude, the fact that that article was written by AI, dude. That was just like a complete garbage article. Whoever wrote that gave up. What's that?
So I wonder who funds ACDC. Could it be Kalshi?
Scroll down. It showed you.
As seen in.
Oh no, scroll up a little bit. Up, right there.
Ah.
There you go. That's who's funding it.
Interesting. I'll have to do a deep dive on ACDC.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get behind or like get to the bottom of the person fighting corruption, because this has to stop.
If we want crypto to pump, we need corruption rampant in the streets.
I mean, that's what is one of the major contributors of the pump was Trump, as well as the bond intervention, which Ray was hating on. I saved something last night. It was the middle of the night, so I didn't want to send it your way. But there was, what was it?
USA Today did an AI article saying how the bond market pumped crypto.
No, I saw there was a whole thing that Elio Trades had did, and I was like, exactly. Let's switch over to the next story. I want to run through these because I got a call in 9 minutes. Pump Fund booked roughly $2 million of revenue on back-to-back days while Pump printed a fresh 2026 high. The platform cleared more than $10 million in weekly fees on August 11th, with half of that going straight into buybacks and burns. I mean, Pump Fund continues to absolutely dominate. Ray, do you have any information in terms of how this volume compares to the meme coin craze of 2024 and 2025? Can you go back to look at how this volume?
So we had here. Let me zoom in on this. Where we were here.
I think the reality here is Pump Fund. Well, first of all, is generating
like half volume of where we were seeing like Trump. Obviously, here this is the Trump candle. $15 million of volume the day that dropped. Leading up to it, we were in like the 4 to 5 range.
Yeah,
and we quickly tapered off following Libra and Melania, and back into the 2s.
Well, we should have known as we watched that volume dissipate. Pump Fund's been absolutely dominating. There's a lot of bullish people on Pump Fund right now who are excited about new meme coin launches, apparently, and the market agrees with that thesis. It continues to run up at the moment, and that chart, if you pull it back up to where we're currently at, is incredibly bullish. I mean, this is rip-roaring over in meme coin land, And I've been participating in some of them. I bought myself Cat. I bought, we have the Robinhood stuff, which is not part of this. I don't even think Cat is part of Pump Fund either. It's interesting to see all the Pump Fund volume, but I'm not like active in the Solana trenches, so I couldn't even tell you what tokens are sending at the moment here. I have seen a lot of Chinese tokens running at the moment, but I don't even think that that's on Pump Fund, is it?
No, we do have some old runners running though. Pepe up 25%. Another one I saw, Fartcoin on Solana. Back to life.
Hot air rises.
This one's been on the daily up off the bottoms at 120, approaching 200 mil.
We had a call earlier with the person behind a mysterious wallet that had bought hundreds of thousands of dollars of Fartcoin. And they've done very well. Let's dive into the next story. New York just passed the Bay Area as New York just passed the Bay Area as North America's largest tech talent market for the first time in 13 years. CBRE has run the study. 394,300 tech jobs against 375,730. The Bay Area's tech workforce shrank 6% from 2022 to 2025, while New York's grew more than 8%. Look, I got to say, New York is where a lot of the activity is. I mean, on the East Coast, it is the hub. In the US, it's one of the largest. If you were to look at startup funding, though, my guess is that you would still see Silicon Valley absolutely dominating New York City. What has happened is the large corporations, tech organizations, Amazon, Google, Amazon has a huge presence there. A lot of the large major orgs basically have set up hubs in New York City. And I think that's a cause of the big drive there. Obviously, San Francisco also has a ton of tech organizations, but I think that a lot of the activity is driven by the venture capital market. That said, ultimately you need employees, and that's where all of, apparently they're all going to New York. New York's just a better city than San Francisco. San Francisco's great once you're older, you have a family. There's great stuff in that area, food, outdoors, great living. But I don't know, people just like New York. And the people in New York are just better. They're on that hustle grind. I prefer the East Coast individuals. Just going to throw it out there. Shout out to all the New Yorkers on winning this fight. I know a lot of you were discussing it. I wonder what this compares to Miami, because the Miami tech scene would definitively be like, we had 500 new jobs.
Isn't Miami supposed to be the new tech hub of the U.S.?
It is not going to be. Sorry. All right, let's dive into the last story. Walmart dropped about 9% Thursday to roughly, Walmart dropped about 9% Thursday to roughly $104 a share, knocking the retailer down to around a $910 billion market cap after U.S. comparable sales grew just 2.6% versus the 3.5% analysts wanted. It was Walmart's first miss on that metric in more than 5 years. Is this a sign of economic weakness, or is it something smaller here? That's a huge miss. 2.6 versus 3.5%. Ray, what caused you to bring this one on?
What do you say about all gaps?
All gaps must be filled.
Look at that.
That's nice.
We filled it.
Did we?
Looks like it.
Did the wick? I can't see the wick, dude. Did it actually get to the bottom of that gap?
Look where the red line is now. The wick was lower than where it was. This red line is.
Dude, I literally can't see it on that screen. What? It's not visible.
Yeah, it's over here. Sorry, I'm trying to show you. I can do this, I suppose.
I think the gap is still a little bit lower. Bro, the gap is
slightly lower. You're right.
and it's lower than that. You got to go all the way down
You know,
to
the bottom of the wick.
to the top of the candle. Bring that green
I
line.
understand. That green line's where the wick was today.
Oh yeah, so I'm saying bring it down.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Bring
we'd have to. Yeah. And then let's go to where that's going to take us today. Just below that wick.
Yeah. I mean, what's the PE on this bad boy, huh?
Is this a buy? Is like kind of why I brought it up, because it's down $30 from 135.
You want to know a good buy? I think Circle is one of the most interesting things. There's a thesis here that Elio Trades was talking about. I understand there's a lot of like competition in the stablecoin market, but their PE is 17.5 right now. And I think that is relatively low. I think that this is going to benefit from a crypto bull run. And I think that Circle will continue to be a dominant stablecoin despite Trump wanting it to be World Liberty Fi. What was I want to bring up Walmart. I'm going to go take a look at that. Walmart has 2x the PE ratio, 37. I mean, that's why it's pulling back, dude. At 37 PE and a 1% dividend rate, you're buying. You can buy growth stocks at a PE of 37 and above. I mean, generally you're going to look for something where it's like in the 100 for a lot of the growth stocks, but Walmart I don't think is necessarily a growth story. I'm down on that TJ Maxx thing that you were like, hey, this is a great idea.
You bought it? I never said it was a great idea. I mean, this thing's been up on the gap down here.
Dude, like I bought it before this. Horrifically down. I don't know why. They just reported fiscal solid results, 15 billion in revenue, up 5.4, but faced challenges with weak performance at Marmax, leading to cautious guidance for Q3. I mean, you were like, imagine the CEO who has to oversee the first year down. You got me buying this crap.
We're red on the air. We have the first year down right now.
Dude, if this ends up being the first down year, I don't think I'm in how much did I buy? I think I probably only bought like $1,500. Let's see. I bought, literally, no, now it's worth 14. I bought $1,600. So I am down at this moment 11%. So you've cost me $186, Ray. How dare you?
I need a sneeze. I'm going to bring your screen up. Can you bring up Robinhood? That's another one I want to look at. Give me your thoughts on Robinhood. Because this one's been pumping. I guess you have to go, though. Should we wrap?
Yeah, we can wrap. I'll share real quick. We have a couple more minutes. Okay, Robinhood. 1 second. Yeah, I've been actually watching this. This is very interesting. I don't know where we want to draw the line on like where this is breaking out, but obviously this feels like something where we're inevitably going to end up back at all-time highs. That's 50% from here. There's so many like great buying opportunities. The last thing I would say about this, I want to take a look at Finance.Yahoo. What multiple is this operating at? 47. So that's a growth stock sort of situation that you're looking at here. But I'm sure that's been compressing over time. And if you look at their financials, wow. These look phenomenal. If you look on an annualized basis, they were losing money in 2022. They lost $1 billion. 2023, they lost $500 million. Last year, they made $1.5 billion. This year, 2024, they made $1.4 billion. 2025, they netted 1.8 billion. Now they have the crypto side of things and the prediction markets, which have effectively doubled the size of their business, which means 2026 is probably going to come in pretty hot. Yeah, if you look through June, so they went from ending March at 1.0 billion, ending June 1.3 billion. So they're having like a serious run up here, I think, in revenue. And they're introducing new markets, and they're at the forefront of all the on-chain innovation. That said, a lot of the on-chain stuff, banks will absorb huge chunks of it, but they have an opportunity to be a player in that space, and they're driving it forward, and they've really staked their bet on it. Vlad Tenev came out with a statement the other day where he posted the tweet about needing regulatory frameworks for this, which is beyond, I think, just the what's the act that we're waiting on, Ray?
Clarity.
Yeah, it's beyond just the Clarity Act. This is an expanded area, which has to do with on-chain securities. So regardless, they're absolutely crushing it. They're a very interesting growth buy, and they are a product that I think consumers use when it comes to trading and including buying crypto. So, I mean, I think they're a great buy here. Easy is obviously very large on Robinhood. This is one, I think this may be his largest holding. I don't know. But yeah, if you take this out, I mean, this is a really interesting setup where whenever we get this breakout, I genuinely do feel like if this is it, you're looking at 230.
I've got this box that Easy's drawn. The pullback from last
You want to share your screen?
pullback from last run to the bottom and how high it eventually kind of got. Pullback here, he was saying, this thing could eventually get up 180 minimum on the pullback we had there.
Yeah. I got to wrap.
All right.
I
Why don't you,
appreciate
tell the people we
everyone
love
for joining the show. What's that?
So tell the people we love them.
We love you. I'll be back on Monday. We got some guests coming on next week. I'm excited. I'm bringing on Alex Finn again. I like having him on. He's great energy, and we'll talk AI stuff. But I also got some other guests that are incoming that I'm very excited about. So shout out to everybody for joining. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Coinbase just listed a $9 million market cap coin.
Really?
Base cat. Oh my God, look at that chart.
I can't see it. Oh my God. That's ridiculous. That's them trying to do Cash Cat. They're trying to compete with Robinhood. All right.